Map making. I don't know what page is that for you guys?
That is 9.
9, okay.
Since Daniel's gonna lead map making, let me
He's
just
on the way
grab
down.
him. Oh, okay.
So we can
I'll
wait.
take Hosea from him so he can be a part of it.
I even stapled my papers on the wrong order. There we go. Alright. Okay, so this first quote is from the book that we're going to use, which is Map Making with Children. Oh, I meant to ask you to display, but it's okay. I can send out a picture. It's written by David Sobel, and it's kind of a map making curriculum that starts with from 6 years old all the way through high school. And I just feel like his philosophy is really in line with Charlotte Mason and classical education. So this is a quote I took from the book. So we do a disservice to children when we jump in too quickly at a premature abstract level in map reading and map making. It's important to have children begin map making the way they begin drawing. Maps and drawings are representation of things that are emotionally important to children. In the beginning, children's maps represent their experiences of beauty, secrecy, adventure, and comfort. With these effective endeavors as a foundation, I then gradually start to focus on scale, location, direction, and geographic relationships. The development of emotional bonds and cognitive skills needs to go hand in hand in my approach to developmentally appropriate social studies and geography. So, I really don't know if he's Christian or not, but his methodology definitely gets at how do we engage like the spiritual and the world in both of in the map making. Okay, so how to do a map making lesson. So once again, review of what was covered in the previous class. Step 2, presentation of a captain idea, what's going to be covered in that day's class, the new lesson, and then a narration to end the class. Narration for map making will look different depending on the skill that was being worked on. Some examples could be children retelling the lesson that was modeled or taught. Number 2, sharing or describing their map drawings with the whole class. Number 3, partners, so pairing the students up to explain or describe their maps to one another. I have done a couple of the early lessons last year with my kiddos, so I really don't know much about what the Form 2 lessons would look like, and feel free to, I don't know if you've looked too much into it, but okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
So, but basically, they're gonna start with the concept of like the room, and then that builds to the house, that builds to their neighborhood, and as the children get older, the drawing gets more specific, the scale gets more specific, so that's kind of the differences there. I think if you could do Form 1 lessons and then just add in a couple of things for Form 2, but the book is really good about
It divides it up.
it divides it up.
Yeah.
It divides it up really well, the different activities and the concepts that are age appropriate for that time. So that one has a very outlined lesson plan book per se, to be a guide for anyone interested in doing Form 2 map making. Alrighty, I think that is it. I told Jen to forgive me for not having time to go through folk dancing, cause I think it's so fun and important. And same with recitation, but I feel like you guys experience recitation, and it's the same thing each time, it's more of a facilitator role. But it would be nice if I can't make it for some reason, to be like, hey, you're the assistant, you're confident in leading it, I'm confident that you know how to lead it. So, still need an assistant in that,
And what's
spot.
recitation? How do you do that?
The moms all know, but, so basically we,
Resuscitation.
sometimes it doesn't. So I get up and I kind of go over our recitation rules. Sometimes I have the kids tell them to me of how we want to speak, how we want to relate to the audience. And then I kind of tell which families are going that day, and then I call on the families one at a time to come up and, yeah. And then the kids come up one at a time to recite what they've been working on, whether it's a verse or a poem, a song, some silly jokes thrown in there.
So you do the same thing, review what you did last week.
Well, we review the same thing every time.
Okay.
Yeah, I can kind of write them out. If you end up filling in for me, we'll definitely,
Okay.
I'll write it out for you.
Okay. Sounds good.
But there's no like narration, there's no new lesson.
Okay.
Every once in a while I'll throw in some new stuff, but yeah.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
Which one do you guys like?
Okay. That is and then we need an assistant because our assistant Kate is leaving for folk dancing. So if anyone wants to assist folk dancing, if Jen can't make it for any reason, then yeah. Think through that. So this is really just a informational 2-hour blah blah blah. And so I would love for you guys to either contact me personally of what positions you might want to fill. If not, I will probably just re-engage with each of you to ask how the Lord might be prompting you from March to May to serve in co-op. Any questions overall?
What if you don't get any volunteers? Because there's a lot of empty spaces there, and you're having a baby, so.
Well, I got the main volunteer I need.
It's you.
Who's
That
that?
means you're in all of them.
All those holes.
All of them.
There's a lot of
Just
We're just gonna watch YouTube during those holes.
Oh, thanks, Matt.
You
Yeah.
stop?
I think we can keep going. There might be something good in
You
here.
can't do it, can't.
The battery
If
must
we
not be
get
charging.
you on for one class
Is
and
it
then run down into the
say-
city.
And
That's
even
funny.
if you do both, it's only 40 minutes.
Short lessons. Yeah, so if we don't get any volunteers, then I think all the teachers are prepared to do 2 classes. And the assistant thing would be the biggest need at that point. And I would probably just assign assistants. And, yeah, assign assistants.
That's good. So it's volunteer or get voluntold.
Yeah.
I think I'm the assistant for Selfridge, right?
Great.
Is that still okay with you?
That's totally fine. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Laura.
Great.
Is it your desire for, like, if I taught both of the artist study classes, is it your desire for other people that aren't teaching a class to fill in those assistant spots, or like, could I be the assistant for another class?
Yeah.
Maybe that didn't meet
Yes.
at the same time?
Yes. Yeah. That's totally fine. Yeah, because right now I'm technically the assistant for artist study, even though I lead Shakespeare. And I would love to keep doing that, but because of the baby, I'm a little like, we'll see, and I can fill in. I can fill in wherever.
I'm the assistant for her when you have a baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we talked
I was
about
like-
that. Yeah, great.
You're the assistant for who?
For class, yeah.
For artist study.
So you're
Oh, 'cause
doing,
one of those
which
is not-
artist study are you doing?
Are you doing for the form one?
Well, I'm open to do either or both. So if nobody wants to do one of the other ones. She asked me the same question.
Oh,
Doesn't matter.
In some ways, it seems like it would be almost easier for us, like the same person to be teaching. I guess to me, like Form 1 and like for artist study, you could do basically the same lesson plans, but just a little bit more for Form 2.
Yeah. That's a good point. I think that's why we're all kind of open to doing it, but still wanted to give people a chance if they want a chance to teach to do that.
I feel like this that would be difficult to because usually we do understand that you
So it seems like it would be ideal if each mom was a primary for a primary teacher for a class and an assistant for a class.
Each mom.
Yeah,
If
kind of.
each mom owned one class and then was an assistant for another class.
Unless a mom is like, I definitely want to own 2 classes, or you know, I want to assist 3 classes. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
There's different ways. Oh, I do think for Shakespeare, we're gonna do different books. We're gonna do Charles and Mary Lamb that we've been doing for Form 2, and we're gonna do Edith Nesbit, Beautiful Stories from Shakespeare for Form 1. So the vocab is a tier lower, and it's just just for the littles. I think it'll be a better fit. I've also thought about doing Aesop fables or fairy tales instead of Shakespeare for Form 1. So if you do Form 1 Shakespeare, I'm totally willing to like brainstorm what might be the best option. So yeah. Okay.
I told the kids last night, next year I'm gonna teach map making, cause in the Army we did so much maps and got to use them, and so it'd be fun to.
College level.
But you really, like, we can go hike up Margalla Hills and learn how elevation factors into map making.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think you mean
Trail 4.
next term.
Elevation.
Next term.
You're gonna fill the other slot.
There's a
up.
spot for it.
Yeah.
Say there's a spot.
why don't you be the other spot or the assistant?
It might be. Next year, yeah.
Also, Amanda, you have blessed my socks off in nursery, but I don't want to stop you if you did want to like teach a class so badly. So you have my blessing. So you've been like my right hand person,
So good.
helping
She
me.
does too.
Yeah.
You could do other things too, but you're also really good at what you do.
I've been enjoying nursery.
Okay, thank goodness.
Yeah.
So bad. I'll keep you. I want you to stay.
Any closing line before I turn off the video?